No smooth transition here, folks. Howdy and welcome. Oh, is that a kitty? And
It's
a
a cat.
kitty. Whoa, what are the coinky dinks? Oh, hey, who are we? We are Fabled 42, where we build community through, friendship is one, gaming,
Uh-huh.
and
Uh-huh.
chaos. Friendship, gaming, and chaos.
Always.
It's Wednesday night, guys. Welcome. You can notice things are a little different tonight. So, real quick reminder, what is this? This is Heroes of Salon. This is a world created in collaboration with me and Wildspire Miniatures. Believe it or not, you could buy some miniatures, and you could also have some homebrew content to go along with them automatically out the box, which is kind of cool. We can welcome back Ash. Ash, welcome back.
Hello, I'm so excited to be back.
Do you want to say real quick what you've been away doing?
Yeah, so I've been away. I've been in a production of theater. I was in the Comedy of Tenors at one of our local community theaters, and we ran for 3 weeks. We sold out every night, and now I'm free. So very excited to be back.
Very cool. Awesome. We are happy to have you back. We did have some other players that had something come up. If you are a fan of this network and all that Stax does, you will know that he will be away for a little bit of time. We will miss him, but it allows us to do something a little special tonight. If you remember, we are leaving the other four in combat in a cave fighting, I don't even know, Otyug, I believe is the pronunciation. And so we're going to use this opportunity to go back and talk about what Vesta's been doing this 24 hours. And I don't actually, I realized I meant to talk to you about this. You knew it was a short amount of time, but I think you thought it was a day or two. No, no, no. No.
I thought it was like 12 hours. I
Yeah.
figured they had time for a long rest and a breakfast.
No, they got a full day. Like they're at about like dusk right now on the next day in this combat that they're in. So, but a
Okay.
solid 24 hours since they last saw you, and since where we're going to start tonight in a little bit of retrospect. So before we do, we're going to quickly fly through some of our sponsors. Our first sponsor is Griffin Co., longtime sponsor. We love them. Go check out all their 3D printed terrain on their website if it's up and going. I haven't checked it. Last we heard, I think it was supposed to. Oh shoot, maybe it's September. Maybe it's, I think it's, honestly, I think it might be like tomorrow that they're supposed to go live. But when they go live, you can use their promo code Fabled42 for 22% off of your purchase.
Okay, up next we have Underground Oracle. Check out our friends at Underground Oracle. They created 5th edition resources for both sides of the screen, and you can find them at undergroundoracle.com or at drive-through RPG.
Drive dash through? There's just drive through.
Yeah, it's drive-through, but there's a dash.
There's not really a dash. There is a dash in what you're reading. I give you that, but I don't.
I read all of the punctuation.
All right, our next sponsor is Nine Realms Gaming. They do handmade wood, natural wood, quality and affordable gaming accessories. Use promo code Fabled42 to get 10% off your next purchase over at Nine Realms Gaming.
Right, and up next we have Critical Dice. Special thanks to our sponsor, Critical Dice. Go ahead and enter !critical in the Twitch chat to enter in the first giveaway of the night. We will call a winner after break. Please stick around until after break to enter a second time. Again, it's !critical. And we will do that at the end of the stream. So there are 2 chances to win a set of dice. Please note our giveaways are for US and Canada only, excluding Quebec because of their giveaway laws. And please help support the channel by clicking on the link below for 20% off all non-subscription items.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Guys, this is not the only show on our network. Be sure to swing by on Fridays at 3 p.m. Pacific to watch the latest exciting episode of Duke City Chronicles, our Monster of the Week campaign with Jason Russell of Critical Dice as Keeper. And on Mondays now, you can catch Crypt Creatures returned with some new players, DM'd by MZ Dusty. It is a horror campaign. So come by and see some of the other quality entertainment we have on this channel. And if you miss our show or any other show, you can check us out on YouTube. Our VODs for this campaign will go up every Friday. You can watch all of our past episodes as well as any other show aired. Go subscribe today so you don't miss out. Awesome. Okay, we're almost there. We're gonna play a little video intro for you guys, and we will be right back.
Solon, a world caught just outside the blessed fields of Elysium. Home to the migrated Gardenals, celestial animalkin searching for adventure. The Sun Guard are the protectors of this realm, standing against the forces of evil that seek to disrupt a lasting peace. It has been over 100 years since Bel's dark invasion faltered at Boiler Bay. In the north, Pelor's warming glow bestows prosperity to the nations of light. But in the south, a new story unfolds.
Hello and howdy, welcome back. There was one thing I forgot to mention. If you subscribe to our Twitch channel, you can give out subscription perks such as luck and inspo to our one-player Vesta or myself tonight for the events that are about to happen. So,
Or you can stockpile it until the next time.
no, they go away.
Oh, that goes away! Oh
They
my
go
god, use it on me!
Yes. See, there you go. Hey, she's here. She decided. She wants to know.
Hi, Chelsea.
Luck and inspo to Vesta from
Thank you.
her
Where's my
BFF.
notebook?
So to bring everyone back, we're going back a little bit in time. We're rewinding from the combat in the caves. We're rewinding from meeting the Night Watch and the representative for the Lost, and we're rewinding back from meets by Marcus and back through the marketplace, even back through that morning conversation with Lisso as she went and embarked on her own adventure, and to the night before where the group for the first time was sitting down, had just finished their conversation with Lord Havish, and was deciding what to do when Vesta was informed that some things had changed. Actually, to be accurate, there was a specific person that informed Lord Havish in front of everyone. His name was General Evid Slod. He entered the room at the same time as Havish had kind of greeted our heroes and informed that apparently the spot where Ryshaw was headed, there was going to be a change. And lest I attempt to quote something from 9 or 10 weeks ago, she asked for her by name. And that led Vesta to pretty immediately taking her leave from the dinner as the rest of the heroes were introducing themselves to find out exactly what that meant. And sure enough, we are going to pick up right as you enter the office, the personal private office of Lord Havish. The doors open up, and in this room, it's not very large. You can tell that this room is very much a formal meeting place, and that's pretty much it. There's a desk, there's bookshelves, there's some comfortable chairs. You smell like a really rich leather. You smell hardwood notes. There's gentle light coming off the candelabras mounted on the side of this stone. The cold stone kind of being warmed up by the light in this room. The doors close behind you, and in the room now is Ryshaw and Lord Havish and Vesta. And Lord Havish points to a chair in front and says, "Please, have a seat. I believe there's some explaining to do. I realize this all came as a quick little shock to both of us."
Yes, it did. And I'll take a seat in the chair.
And as Lord Havish sits down, he kind of leans back and he stretches his shoulders, and you see under his pauldrons, on the left side, there is this mounted obsidian brooch that kind of has the jagged shape of a dragon head. And as he's not pointing to it, but he's kind of doing the hands behind the head, pretty obvious. And he catches your eyes and says, "Now, you can imagine that I have the need for some strong allies. And one of those allies is kind of a gift of our heritage. We have a long family and faction history of cooperation with certain entities. One of those here, for me, luckily, has been Nisara, the ancient red dragon matriarch at Folly Peak. Her promised protection, her willingness to intervene should I call on her, has been a good deterrence and has allowed me to create what you see before you in Gorespire Keep. Well, the plan was to have my son take a post as liaison that is currently being filled by my fantastic general, Shandias. Shandias has been serving me for 15 years, and her work over at Folly Peak has gotten her recognition beyond Gorespire and back home in Sigil. Because of her fine work and her splendid history, she's getting a commendation. She gets to go home. And I will miss her very much. She's been a loyal left hand, that's for sure. So, she comes home, and someone else needs to fill her role, which should have been Ryshaw. I was really hoping that he'd be able to piggyback off of her great work. You know, would be kind of a light post for him, and he could then get similar commendations when his time is up. And you notice Ryshaw, kind of wince a little bit as those words really kind of sink into him.
Vesta's not thinking very nice things about Ryshaw.
So, when word came in just now that she's asked for you, well, that was unexpected. And that kind of throws a pretty big wrench in all of this. Do you know what this is about?
No.
I mean,
Red dragons like fire, and I'm fire. I don't know. Like likes like. Like begets like.
That was my first connection. But let me tell you, Nisara is very old and extremely wise. To the same point as she is charming and impressive, she is just as equally devious and deceptive. Be careful with what you trust her with. But in order to keep my relationship with her, I need to fulfill this request.
Okay. So, you're sending me, a person you just met and tried out on trial, to go see a dragon that you don't entirely trust but protects you?
Well, yeah, when you lay it all out like that, I can understand. Make a. I want persuasion.
Okay. Oh shit.
You do
7.
have luck in ISPO.
I do. I don't know what why I'm rolling it though, so I don't know if I want to waste it on this.
He responds, now, maybe I was a little bit too casual before. I trust her. I do. As much as you can trust an ancient, powerful dragon being. I'm just saying, for whatever reason she chose you, which I don't know, and it doesn't seem like you do either.
No idea.
Perhaps be on your guard. That's all I'm saying. I've never heard her take such attention to such trivial matters. I mean, to be fair, her Shandias has done an amazing job over there. Perhaps she's interested in what my liaison can offer her and her empire she's built. But, as you mentioned, I don't know you very well.
Mm-hmm. Would you be giving your son the same warning if you were sending him off tomorrow? I feel like it's common sense to not trust an ancient red dragon.
Oh God, he's so mean. just out loud in front, he goes, honestly, I don't think this guy's sharp enough to really cause any ripples in her waves, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh no, I picked up on that very early on.
But he would have done a good job. He would have. It's not a hard post.
Sure.
It was a good choice for him. Hopefully.
I mean, being dragon food is very easy. Yes.
Well, I don't think you have to worry about that now. Again, this agreement has been around. This is beyond me. Nisara doesn't answer to me.
Mm-hmm.
This is...
No, I know. You answered to her. I can see that.
If she were to ask, I would be quick to oblige.
Yes. So what you're saying is really I choose to go or you ship me off regardless of my decision. I get it. I'll go.
Well, let's talk business.
Mm-hmm.
You will continue to get your pay.
Uh-huh.
And I can nearly guarantee that some of whatever she has you doing will get you justly rewarded as well.
Okay.
Do yourself a favor and take a good look at Shandias when she comes back. Those might be the types of rewards you could be into should your service be of equal value.
Okay. Can't say I'm not interested.
Well, if you are... He kind of looks down and says, he has that note still. If you're ready, we can make this happen tonight.
Can I insight check him? Does he seem at all like nervous about this dragon requesting this? Does he see how does he seem to be feeling about this?
Okay, go ahead and give me that insight check.
Natural 20.
Really? Are those the new dice?
It is one of my critical dice.
Cool. Okay.
Enter exclamation mark critical dice to win because they're lucky.
Woo! All right. Okay, so as he's talking,
Tell me things.
and we'll really kind of span it out, right? You've been taking note this entire conversation. First, item the first. You notice a weird quirk where he, as you're reading him it's almost as if every complete thought that he vocalizes, and it's almost as if you are reading an emotion kind of clearly. And then after a few thoughts, there'd be a transition, like a quick flip switch transition to where all of a sudden you're getting a different emotion. Like, so like you get kind of like this cocky, confident, really strong, like super strong. Like it's one of those where like you have your ticks that you look for, your signs, and you are literally just check. Confident, cocky, son of a bitch. Then it switches over kind of when he's talking about Raishal. It switches to like it's like what's that, backhanded. It's putting down, and it's like the word choice, the tone, the gestures, they all kind of line up. And that's interesting to you because as it goes on, there's not many times that there's a complex like a complex mixture of emotions, like, people generally aren't just feeling single emotion. It strikes you as odd. You have met people before potentially like this, but you've always kind of like, you don't know if it's a personality trait. You don't know. You have met people like this, but that's the first really thing you get with your natural 20 insight check.
Okay.
When he mentions Nisara, when you joked about why she chose you, or and it was right when you were doing your persuasion check.
Mm-hmm.
You noticed it seemed like he, with a gesture, with a sigh and a relaxation, it seemed like he was maybe about to go into an emotion that was a little bit more complex. You felt maybe a little bit of sorrow and frustration. Just for a hint. And then it was covered back up by, or it was transitioned into his response, his warning response, which his warning response came across just very much as concerned.
Okay.
So after all that, so the last thing he kind of said to you was, if you're ready to go, we can make this happen tonight. I believe Shandais is already on her way here. You can catch a ride back.
Okay. I see no reason to delay. I did not unpack.
And it is a show of good faith. And he hands you a bag that seems pretty kind of heavy with coin. He says, typically, I don't get a report from you or hear back from you for a week or 2 weeks at a time. So here's 1 week. Sure enough, what is that? 35 gold? 35 gold.
Very nice, very nice. And I take the gold and I run.
And you also, I don't remember, I think you got a cloak. You got a cloak with his, so when he gave out cloaks to the rest of the group, I'm pretty sure it was at a time. But there's a cloak that has an insignia on there. It is dual, like, kind of curved scimitar blades that seem to be a play on Havish's family crest. Havish's family crest has a figure in front with the two curved blades kind of crossing his chest and then up and over. So that part aligns to his family crest, those blades, but it's different enough that, yeah, it's a little different.
Okay.
So you do have that. He says, okay, well, you have a little bit of time to gather your stuff, and when you're ready, Ryshaw here can guide you out to the meeting spot.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
I'll go get my little bag of stuff from my room and then go meet them out front.
You kind of
Very small bag of stuff.
slink in and out as they're all eating, avoiding any real communication. You're able to do it really without gathering any attention from them.
I don't talk to peasants. I have much gold and much things to do.
All right, so Ryshaw leads you away from the castle, through the city streets. This is like nighttime, like early evening, past dinner. The busy main thoroughfare is busy enough with plenty of tavern kind of lights, some drink stands, people gathered in like public kind of picnic table areas. You turn right, heading towards the main gate that leads out west of Gorespire Keep along the northern coast. And just outside, where you would normally turn right to go to Shar's Tower, there's a small trail in the dirt that veers off left, and it takes you just for another couple hundred feet. There's a small overlook, just a little 20-foot ledge that goes down to another layer. You can see off in the distance that the land kind of goes down at this slow grade, and every once in a while there's a drop-off of some kind of ledge going into some valley beyond, which is the Badlands. And as you're kind of taking in this scene and walking up, you can see like it's definitely like a platform here, like a natural yet used platform here with the ridge on the other side. And as you approach, you take in the horizon and you see in the distance large flapping wings slowly just...
Am I gonna ride a dragon?
And as it approaches, this is a big dragon.
Yeah, it is.
But...
Those are big boys.
Yes, but not the biggest. A big dragon. And as it approaches, Ryshaw kind of like, you feel a tug on your shoulder as you notice you were kind of getting towards the center of this plateau, and Ryshaw is pulling you backwards, like gesturing to make some room as this large dragon slowly sets in.
If not friend, why not friend shaped?
What do you want to do?
I want to pet it. I want to give it a big hug. No, just kidding. I'm not going to do that.
As it's getting close enough to land, you notice there is a figure riding the dragon. You see a Githyanki female, tall and extremely muscular, through strong... her armor, you notice it's the black mat that you've seen with the Githyanki. The faded Githyanki have this black mat armor scheme with edges of silver. She's got that on. But then on her left side, lining all the way up from her boot, just covering maybe like the 20% of her left side and then coming into the center, there are these armor pieces made of metal, this rusted, dark metal, sculpted in these odd curves that meld, like if they seem to be placed on top of this dark matte metal, but contoured differently to give it more of a plate, more of like a curved natural scale appearance, large scale. And it's just this line and patchwork of these rusted metal scales up her left boot and pant and side, and her shoulder gauntlet is this singular kind of curved scale piece of metal that leads up to smooth skin of a light green and bronze coloration, a purple mohawk that then it's small spikes that go kind of in a wide strip back down the head, and then there is a ponytail where the spike kind of still go down the ponytail coming from the mohawk all the way down. And as the dragon lands, she hops off and gives you a slow up and down, and then looks over at Ryshaw, and they exchange a quick salute, very kind of formal. You see Shandias initiates it with kind of feet together, hand over chest kind of salute. And then, of course, Raishal over-exaggerates the gesture and looks like a proud boy. And after the salute, a wicked smile kind of curves across Shandias' face, and she goes and places a hand on Raishal's shoulder, and she goes, "Oh, aren't you going to tell me how this is yet another slight to Raishal's glorious and powerful name? You just can't catch a break, can you?"
How old is Raishal? Is he young?
Yeah. He's definitely
He's like
definitely,
an up and coming.
Yeah,
like,
he's mature, but
yeah.
still a little awkward in his muscular frame and like kind of final form, final size. So young, but of age and capable as far as physical. Yeah.
Okay.
The dragon turns and in a deep voice says, "Shundias, Nisara, I'm sure you had a chance. Well, we've been very thankful of your service." I don't know why he's Southern. They're all just Southern. Dragons aren't Southern. We've been very...
Dragons can be whatever you want them to be,
Whatever
Colin.
I want.
Maybe all the red dragons are from Georgia.
Yeah, hot. Hot and humid. It makes sense. Really, you have done a great service to my people and our home. You will be missed, but I look forward to hearing the stories of the trouble you caused back home. And the dragon kind of gives a bow. And Shandias does a very simple, not very, just a simple bow, nothing too formal. She says, "Raltron, you've been a good companion and a good colleague. You will be just fine. You guys have learned so much. I'm proud of you guys." All right, Raishal, let's get back. I'm ready for some good old sigil food. I'm sure the cooks know of my arrival, right? They'll be ready. And Raishal hasn't said a damn word, and he just kind of shrugs and just walks off behind Shandias towards Gorespire Keep. Raltron looks at you. His eyes kind of do that double blink over. Go ahead and give me a charisma saving throw.
Okay. $15.
As this dragon is staring at you, you get this wave of just what you can best describe as just fear. All of a sudden, you haven't put much thought into what you're getting yourself into, and all of a sudden now, here, face to face with a large red dragon, you kind of get the hairs on your back of your neck standing up, and you get this feeling of like, oh shit.
I'm gonna bow to the dragon. Give him a little nice polite bow.
He says, "Miss Vesta, I presume."
Yes.
"It is a pleasure to meet you.
It is a pleasure to meet you too.
I am Raltron, a lord of Folly Peak." And he puts his shoulder down and says, "I'd like to take you there now."
Okay. Yeah.
Just for shits, why don't you give me like acrobatics or athletics, just to make sure you pull yourself up gracefully onto the back of this large dragon.
Okay. I'm gonna do acrobatics.
Okay.
Ironically, I'm proficient in athletics, but my modifier is lower. 17 acrobatics.
All right. You approach the dragon and you set your hand down on its shoulder as you're getting ready to perform this maneuver to hop on and, try to do it gracefully yet confidently. And your hand touches and you feel this warmth. And man, oh man, it is nice. There's something different. This isn't by like touching a hot pot or something like that. This is like deep heat that you somehow are immediately relating to.
It's like a very nice hug.
And you jump on, and really, like, before you can get settled, whoosh, the wings flap out, and you feel this whoosh, whoosh, as he leaps in the air, a little bit off this elevated ridge, and as the wings pump, dust and sand are just launched in every direction. Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw.
14.
14. So you quickly try to cover your eyes, but the sand is just everywhere. And for the first little, you're holding on, and for the first little bit of this journey, you are trying to get the sand out of your eyes.
I'm not crying, it's sand, I promise.
You feel the sensation of fast flight, like just zooming, and you feel like you feel like you're going up and up and up and up. And finally, as you rub out those that sounds bad, as you work out those grains of sand from your eyes, you get a glimpse. There's little light out on the plain right now. The skies still above you are cloudy and overcast, just as usual. But below you, you see the vast expanse of the Badlands. You see vortexes of sand and wind off in the distance, swirling. Sometimes, you kind of, as you see, you're focusing on this one because it's about to run into another one, and as they get close, they kind of twist around each other once and launch even faster than before in different directions. But you are actually over the head. One kind of passes below you. You are flying over these formations. Go ahead and give me a perception check at disadvantage because the sand is still kind of bothering you a little.
Yeah.
Un poquito peu.
$15. Had to do that math in my head. It was not easy.
You're flying for a good amount of time, taking in the scenery. You can see the very edge of the coastline of the continent, the eastern coastline. And you see this area where, this mostly flat terrain, there are these weird spikes and columns and these formations of seeming mud and stone or mud and dirt. It's hard to tell, but these spires in these arced formations, kind of arches with tunnels in between them. And you see sometimes the land will break away into a chasm and gorge. And you can see some of them have trails and bridges that go down the face of these chasms, and there are tunnels. Anytime there's a break in the land, you see a multitude of tunnels into the walls of these ridges and caverns. Every once in a while, you even see a hole, just like a sinkhole type hole in this plateau plain of the Badlands. Even with a 15, as you're initially getting the sand out, you're flying and you notice that this is the beginning of, I'm saying this is the beginning of your journey. I'm just going to say this was kind of as you were going. You do spot movement as you're crossing this this major ridge leading into a flat part of the area, kind of where you started seeing those storms forming. You see, just for a moment, a group of 4 or 5 wolf-like figures running along the ridge.
wolf like giant wolf shaped animals or wolf like Lupin?
Because they're running. You
I
saw
can't.
him, but you saw him in the tryouts. Yeah, you were flying over him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you saw him.
Yeah.
It does remind you of how Lupin was running extra fast.
Okay.
But, yeah, at this distance, you can't really tell. At this
Yeah.
distance, I mean,
Maybe.
maybe.
Okay.
All right. After about hours, 3 hours or so, now nighttime for sure. Did you want
Can I am I able to talk with
Sure.
Ralton? Can you hear me?
Of course.
While we're flying, I'd like to ask him like, what's down there? Which way are we going? What is that? Or excuse me, there's an accent. What is that? Which way are we going? What lives down there? What are those wolf-shaped things? What's going on? Is it going to rain overnight? Are we going to get wet? I'm not enjoying the rain.
Okay.
All those questions.
As you started asking initially, we'll start with like the seeing the wolf figures because that was kind of early. As you pointed out, you notice he doesn't move his head or anything. He just answers and he says, you haven't been in Gorespire very long, have you?
No.
Those are packs. They scour the lands for God, who knows what, but we've noted them. They stay pretty far away from us, but we've noted their movements around Folly Peak and out beyond past the Moralian Forest and even as far as the west coast.
They are humans? They are humanesque humanoids? Using that word that I might know in D&D?
They were. Some of them.
Oh.
Again, I can tell you one thing, is that they're smart enough to stay well away from our domain. And then you kind of ask about the vortexes and the weather, and he says, the Badlands is a dangerous place. Chaos. Its dangers are not only environmental, the people that can survive in that landscape, they're tough as nails.
Interesting. Okay.
Again, it'll be a couple hours to my home. I don't see rain coming anytime soon. It's not really the season. And he kind of like trails off, waiting to see if you have any more questions.
This place that we're going, is it a city of dragons?
Yeah, not just. We've got kobolds and lizardkin, multiple types, all varieties. We've built a strong empire, a grand domain, if I may say so myself.
Sounds lovely. Is it as warm as you are?
Depends on how far in you go.
All right, I think I like it.
What about
I'm
you?
gonna stay quiet. I'll stay quiet for. Oh, okay. You're gonna ask me questions now. Okay, go.
I must admit, your presence is a little confusing to us. If you are who she says you are.
Who does she say I am?
Vesta Cathexis.
That's entirely possible, but I have not used that name in a long time.
Oh. Is that so?
Yeah. I feel like it's no secret, so why should I keep it from you? But no, I don't use that name.
That's interesting. That is something I think will surprise her.
Oh.
Man,
Oh,
I
then
don't...
you let me tell her, yeah?
Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh. Well, tell me then. What do you know of your family?
I don't know. They live in a city. They control a lot of stuff. They're real assholes. You know, family.
I'm pretty sure my family dynamic is quite different than yours.
Can I? Sorry, I'm stuffing my face. I'm gonna put this down aside for a second.
It's okay. Again, this is. I want to make this real quick. We had talked about this, but I never actually said anything. If you guys don't know, playing D&D between two people is pretty intense because you don't get breaks. You have to be in character, going straight. So I'm going to, if we need to kind of step out of character for a second and get a breath, that's perfectly okay and reasonable. So thank you.
And Vesta didn't get dinner either. She was in the middle of dinner when she got interrupted and pulled away. Now she's riding a dragon, and it's been hours.
You wanted to go talk to Havers.
I know I did.
Yeah, you chose.
I'm playing the pity party for one. Can I fully assumed that everyone knew who I was, so can I insight check him? Can I insight everybody that I meet along the way?
Go ahead and give me an insight. Yeah, give me the insight.
Okay. Dirty 20.
Okay.
Insight check the dragon. Using my cool dragon dice.
And I really, again, I like to do insight checks not just like as an instantaneous thing, but it's really like it goes on how you've been judging their demeanor and stuff like that. So
I want this more focused on his reaction to when I admitted to being who he was asking, because I admitted it thinking that he already knew for sure, like it was confirmed. So
okay. You notice that throughout your entire conversation, especially not like looking at facial expression and stuff like that, also dragon, he's been very difficult to read. You haven't gotten any kind of gauge on truth or tells of lies, anything like that. And that holds true in the moment when you say that it's true, or it may. I think you said more like it may or may not be true, or that's, you don't detect anything then. But when you mention about not, what'd you say, not seeing them for a while, or not, you said something.
I haven't used that name in a while.
Right. There's a drop. You feel like, because he kind for flavor, we'll say he even, like, as you say that's when you get a turn of the head, like all of a sudden this dragon head is now staring back at you, and you can get this reading, and you notice though that it's open. This dragon is not hiding anything by its demeanor, and the demeanor you get is this surprised. Again, not when you admitted to it. It doesn't seem like it's response to that.
When I admitted that I'm not a part of the family.
Yes, and then called the idiot, yes.
Okay.
You get this genuine, like, undeterred surprise and excitement. Kind of this, I'd say excitement. This dragon is excited.
Okay, I like this dragon.
And as, like, after, there's a few moments that pass in silence as that's sitting in, and you hear like this continuing kind of like, you can tell he's thinking, because he'll continue like have this this like rolling laugh that comes and goes as he's concentrating on flying. So wait, you are a cathexis, and you just managed to show up in Gorespire Keep ready to work for Lord Havish?
No, I am Vesta, and I showed up willing to work for money.
Well, I think it's good that we are working this stuff out. Now, these are details that could be important.
Will you be in this meeting when I meet Her Highness the Nisara?
Unless she asks me to leave, I think I will.
Okay.
And it's Nisara.
I apologize. Nisara.
At this point, you kind of hear a sigh. And he says, "It's always great to see it coming into view." And sure enough, off in the distance, all you really see is this incredibly tall peak, slightly illuminated by orange, with trails of magma careening out of this top crater and smoke slowly drifting up from this hole. You're still very far away, but it is slightly visible. And as you come into view, you feel this wave of warmth, as if the ground is getting hotter and it's emanating upwards, even as high up as you are. And again, it is just this, it's registering to you as this intense feeling of home.
I love a volcano.
You as you approach, you notice that you're coming in from the north. As more details come available, you're looking, you're searching, and nothing is pointing out to you as civilized or crafted. Everything that you're approaching seems just man-made mountain, or sorry, not natural mountain slope.
Dwarven Forge-made mountain.
They're not a sponsor. And Raltron starts to veer, as you're getting closer, starts to veer off to the left.
Okay.
And as you are now coming towards the side of the volcano, you start to see in view little torches and large fires and structures built into the side of this mountain, seemingly made of mud and dirt and some integration of this dark rusted metal.
Okay.
You continue to turn and glide. You're descending now, and as you're descending and turning, you see more structures. You start to see figures. There are incredibly small lizard figures, kobolds, running in groups, carrying sacks, still working. You can hear the clings and clangs of chisels and chains. You can hear shouts of commands, and you can hear kind of like heave-ho type pull, and you hear like groans and grunts as you see long lines of lizard folk pulling large chains and constructing things. And you see like into the face, there is fixtures of mud, large, going into this grand kind of facade here over this constructed city of a dragon maw, open, kind of facing outwards, the ears and kind of head plate going back into the mountain. About 70% completed. You see the visage is kind of unique. You're riding a pretty impressive red dragon, but this head shape you can tell there's details of like horns coming off, nodules, like an impressive crown of plates and spikes behind, and a large open maw with large fangs coming down. Raltron comes in, and there's a platform kind of out and away from this constructed entrance that seems to lead further into the mountain, that Raltron lands at. And as he lands, the sounds now are completely encompassing you. There's mixtures of, there's music, there's jovial conversation, but it's also mixed with people, the kind of working and labor noises of the area. And there are just as many noises coming from inside the mountain. Combined noises coming from inside the mountain are combined with like some mechanical type noises. There's metal clanging. There's maybe gears, clink, 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 clink. And kind of right before your eyes, Raltron kind of starts to shake his body a little bit, and he kind of shakes in his form like quickly as he compacts form into a large lizard folk creature, but not like any lizardkin you've ever seen before. He's got a tail that goes back and is double bladed at the back. He's got more traditional draconic features in the face and like the head crown, but then hulking humanoid muscular shoulders, dark red skin, still with that fire aesthetic.
Dragon werewolves is what I'm hearing. Were-dragons. I'm into it.
Yeah, and he is wearing this amazing plate armor that's, you can tell it seems like the same construction with the plates, with those kind of sleek and slender curves that make them look like scales, but they are plates of armor. And it seems to be that same rusted metal, but it seems to have been polished, so it almost looks marbled underneath like a clear surface, and it really looks like there's a sheen and shine to the top lacquer of this armor, and it looks very impressive. No sheath sword or anything, just the armor.
I was going to ask to do a perception check to see how many dragons I could see flying around, but now that I know that they're were-dragons...
Go ahead and still give me that perception check, though.
Okay.
It's still worthy of a check. Check it out.
12. No. Perception. 17.
Yeah. So you see kobolds. You see Costa, which are another type of lizard folk, more medium-sized, more human sized lizardkin. You see, it's really interesting. There's a variety of lizard folk, many that you haven't seen before, and just different and varying ways. Some of them are longer and walk on all four legs, but they have humanoid features, like their ears are strangely humanoid, and their faces are humanoid, but they still have a long reptilian tongue that come out as they kind of crawl along on all fours. A very eclectic and varied bunch, but still you do see some wormlings and drakes, and you do catch as you are about to start following Raltron, who starts to head in the grand entrance. You kind of look back and are looking back where there is a large central fire. You'd heard the music. There's kind of a festival atmosphere surrounding this large bonfire, and you briefly catch a glimpse of the bonfire taking shape real quickly of a dancing humanoid and kind of meld away, and then like kind of form again a long hand that dances around and then melds back into the fire.
I want to learn how to do that.
Do you follow Raltron?
Yes.
He starts to talk as you follow behind. He says, "Welcome to Folly Peak. This domain, although controlled by us dragons, has been gifted to us in a way. We have an agreement." And kind of as he says that, you're entering into this inner chamber. And as you do, your eyes adjust. And this inner chamber is really interesting. Like along the edges of the cavern as you go in, there's scaffolding lining this stone cavern into the mountain face. And in the stone, you see these glimpses of a shimmering ore. The shimmer, there's no color in the reflection. The reflection you see as firelight hits these shimmers remains gray, but can be bright, if that makes sense. It's bright sparkles of grays and blacks and whites. There's no color to it. There's also these built large metal conduits. And it's really interesting. As your eyes adjust, you see that from your perspective down below, these conduits are coming from high, and it's a dark metal, but the bottom is glowing red. And you can tell why as you follow them down more towards your level. There is a slow stream of magma that goes down these conduits. And as you're taking in this scene, you're looking around, you notice there's a lot of workers here, and you hear clanging of mining equipment. You hear, again, those gears turning, pulling carts and equipment all around this cavern. And you see every once in a while a worker will grab a chunk of this sparkling, glittering ore that they've taken out of the wall, and they just plop it in the conduit of molten magma. And you see the sparkles kind of fade as they meld into the magma and flow slowly towards this central conduits. So it's all these kind of little conduits that come in and then form this central pillar that seems to be draining to somewhere down below. He continues to talk and say, this mountain is very special to us. It gives much to our people. And as such, an agreement had to be made for the mountain has a previous owner. And you continue to walk in. There's this large cavern, and as you're walking, you come up.
I'm gonna actually stop walking.
Okay. So let me tell you where you reach when you stop walking. You walked kind of across this open cavern with all the mining stuff going on, and you see that there is a hallway extending further back and down a little bit. There's another thing. Okay, I got to do something after that. This is good that you stopped. Thank you. The tunnel isn't super impressive. It's large. It's about 40 feet wide by like 30 feet tall. It's big, but it's not decorated. It's not ornate. It's just it's very simple.
So I'm gonna stop walking. And who gifted you this mountain?
I'm gonna let her explain that. But just for perspective, imagine a being that would be able to gift an ancient dragon something.
And when we go into this meeting with
Nisara,
Lady Nisara, it's just going to be you and Lady Nisara?
Well, I mean, obviously we have some guard in there, keeping extra protection on our matriarch. He went Southern. And at this point, he looks over, and this is what I meant to describe to you, so I'm glad you did. So large cavern, you kind of took a diagonal off to the right towards this hallway, and sure enough, as you get towards the back, approaching this hallway, there is another area of this cavern that isn't mining equipment. It's kind of cleared out, and there is a throne. Kind of a throne, like a platform with stairs going up, and on the throne, there is another figure similar in form to Raltron at this moment. Dark skin, large lizardkin, large. and he is currently engaged in conversation with several other lizard folk, seemingly kind of a deep conversation sitting on this. And Raltron says, I don't know for sure, but I would imagine there wouldn't be anyone else in there.
What is the sparkly stuff that they are melting?
Oh, I actually have to look up the name of this.
Asking questions you don't know.
I know I wrote it down. The question is, where? It's not going to be anywhere easy. I will get back to you on that. I'll look at our break because we are kind of nearing a break. But he'll say, "Oh, you've never heard of blank? It's a very rare substance that is highly sought after in these parts. It's if utilized by a skilled arcane master, it can enhance arcane and spells. Arcane spells.
Spellhells.
Yeah. It seems to have this effect of keeping things permanent that normally would fade away. Magic effects that are meant to resolve or clear. It gives a little bit of permanence to them.
Can I reach out and touch it?
At where you are, there isn't a good spot to. Everything like within maybe 30 feet up, you can tell all of that ore has already been mined out.
Okay.
Yeah, they're working on the higher, harder to reach areas.
Okay.
Now. Yeah.
Okay. I suppose we keep walking.
Okay.
Can I... The throne room place... Before we keep walking. It's just a throne with a giant were-dragon on it.
You're the one saying that word, not me, right?
And we are going to accept it because that is exactly what they are.
I just wish I had this name. I know. I said I wouldn't look. Okay. So the question is that all it is? Yeah, it seems really simple.
Is there any writing in the walls?
Mm-mm. There's no tapestries, there's no banners, there's no cushions, there's no...
Okay, we're gonna go without the subtlety then. Who is that?
That's one of my brother lords over there. His name... Where am I? Galrax, another lord of Folly Peak.
Is that a statue or a guy actually sitting on a throne? I think I missed that.
It's a guy.
Oh, okay. It's actually a thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have your own throne room in this mountain?
To be honest, we take turns.
Oh, so you share the chair. Okay. We can keep walking.
It is a responsibility that we shoulder thoughtfully.
How many of you are there in this mountain?
Oh. To be honest, I don't know
Of
if
your kind. Of your kind,
Okay.
not of the lizard folk. I'm curious about the dragons. Dragons do not normally work well together.
Well, when you meet her, you probably will understand a little bit better. Galrax, I, and Old Bundra, I should write that down too. We serve her in any capacity.
I see. All right.
And he starts to walk in the tunnel.
Uh-huh. They be concubines.
You pass through this tunnel, smooth, like constructed tunnel hallway, and you pass through several areas where there are open but large metal doors with like thick rod locking mechanisms, and it's all that rusted, kind of dark brown red metal. 3 separate layers of doors as you enter a chamber. So this hallway, sorry, I should have mentioned, it goes down and kind of spirals. So it's constructed and carved. It goes down and spirals a little bit. So you know you're going down. And then you get those 3 doors. And as you go through that 3rd door, you enter a chamber. A massive underground chamber. The tunnel opens up and you kind of see a semicircular balcony that you assume, like it's like a balcony because you can notice that the edge drops off in front, except for a about 10-foot wide pathway that leads down. I know there's a lot to visualize. Leads down to a circular platform that sits in a lake of lava. The sides go up and along the walls skirting this platform, and you can see that where the central platform is in the lava, it's only about, the lava surrounding the platform below is about 20 feet from the circle surface. And then towards you on this balcony where it kind of drops off, the lava flows down, and you know that, there's another pool of lava deeper down, but you haven't seen it quite yet because you see these passageways along the side that lead up to another. The back half of this chamber is a higher elevated part. And there you see a abso-fucking-lutely massive red dragon.
All right.
Old, ancient, almost weakened. And you see she's down, she's kind of laying down. Her wings are splayed out, covering most of the rest of the area around here and kind of folding over this edge of the elevated platform. And you see the tips, the leading edge of her wings appears to be melting into slow lava that flows down that wall, creating a backdrop for the circle down below. And with that visual, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and we will return with more. So, exclamation point critical will get you entered in our giveaway that we will do after our little break. About 10 minutes, guys, and we will be right back.
Yeah.
Solon, a world caught just outside the blessed fields of Elysium. Home to the migrated Gardenals, celestial animal kin searching for adventure. The Sun Guard are the protectors of this realm, standing against the forces of evil that seek to disrupt a lasting peace. It has been over 100 years since Bel's dark invasion faltered at Boiler Bay. In the north, Pelor's warming glow bestows prosperity to the nations of light. But in the south, a new story unfolds.
Hello,
We're back.
hello. Hello, hello. We are back. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you are all as excited to keep going. So we will. No, but real quick, we're going to do the giveaway. I only have 3 entries, so that's what I'm going to do. There'll be another one, though. Bacchus. Did it.
Congratulations, Bacchus.
Yep, it was kind of destined to be you. Not gonna lie. Hey, new people, if you'd like, you can also enter !critical for the drawing that we will do at the end of the night.
Do it. I rolled a natural 20 on mine tonight. They are full of the good
Mojo?
I was going to say
Jojo?
juice, and it...
Mojuice. Yeah.
Mojuice.
Mojuice.
They're full of the good mojuice.
All right. Ooh, music. That was the next thing I was gonna do. It's different because things have kind of gotten different. So new music, and let's get back into it immediately with now in this space, seeing this ancient, old, powerful creature before you. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Saving throw would be 18.
You feel okay until you try to take the next step in towards the room, and you notice your muscles are not responding to your desire. And you like in that same instance as you're thinking, what is happening? Shivers just overcome you, and you just feel this fear. It's fear, but it's not even like... It's mixed. It's fear and awe. You are in the presence of something so huge and powerful and involved in the world around you. You find it hard to take that first step in. And in this moment, you start to panic. You look around, your eyes darting, and then you kind of look straight ahead into this wall of lava that's dripping off of this dragon. And you're hit with this kind of hypnosis. I need a charisma saving throw. I'm sorry for this, by the way. It's a lot of saving throws.
Debating whether or not I should use my luck.
I'm going to use my luck.
Okay.
I should not have used my luck.
Oh no!
Charisma is 8. Should have kept the 12.
Already in this state of fear and panic, your eyes stop moving, you're focused. You want to look away, but the waves of orange and yellow have you locked. And you hear and feel this incredibly deep rumbling sound as the whole cavern shakes, and you see waves as if the voice is going through the lava. You see the lava rippling in these audio waves of this low grumble. And there's different and new emotions that overtake you. Still plenty fear. Still plenty of fear in there.
I didn't need to roll to know that I was afraid of this.
But just to take you to the next level of fear, you recognize at that moment that Nisara, the ancient red dragon, is not the only powerful being in this room.
Fucking knew it! I knew it. Okay. Continue.
And before you realize, you are walking forward.
Huh.
Past the threshold of the balcony out of the tunnel. You walk calmly, from your perspective, smoothly the pathway, and you come to this center lower platform where now, looking up, you see the face and the eyes of this dragon. Wings just splayed out and around, lava coming down. It is hot. You are sweating profusely, and it's...
Am I, though? As
you
a
are. You are. Yep. Because you are resistant to heat. You are used to fire. You like heat. It still has effects on your body. You still...
Okay.
And you haven't been around that environment a lot. Or, so. You stop moving, and you have control. It seems like you have control of yourself. And you kind of discover that is by instinctually you turn as you hear the sound of metal clanging as the doors have closed into the hallway, and standing there are both Galrax and Raltran, kind of shoulder to shoulder. And in a amazingly calm voice, it's very ethereal because the mouth of this large dragon, and you see the horns and the intricate details that were being put on the structures outside of the city match this visage of this impressive ancient dragon with these extra little bits of horn and spine that kind of add detail to her face and crown. Is staring. Her mouth is just open slightly, and you just hear in the chamber, not too loud, a good volume, a calm and beautiful voice say, "Vesta Cathexis, it's nice to meet you."
Can I talk?
You feel like, you feel it's a little shaky at first, but you feel like you can push words out.
Yes, you as well. And I bow a little bit.
I'm sorry you have to see me in this state. I hope Raltron filled you in a little bit about my situation. And she looks over, and Raltron kind of actually gives a little no. And she,
No.
not turning her head or anything, just kind of, everything's very static. Occasionally, you see a wince, like an instinctual kind of like you hear like a grr, like a wince, a reaction, but for the most part, the face is still pretty static. I am Nisara, the mother of this domain. We are here in a bit of service. We've been gifted this land from a power that cannot be denied. So much that it is my time to give back. My time here is short. I will be leaving this world soon. Yet I still have quite a bit of unfinished business. And believe it or not, I may be gifted a little bit more time because of you.
I do not see the connection.
Oh, Lorne. That, it's a name. Oh, Lorne.
Uh-huh.
Give me a history check.
14.
You've heard the name. There was someone in your life that used to sing songs from your home on occasion. And there was a song about a Lorne. And the song refers to a Lorne, the Lord of the volcano. She repeats it. O Lorne, do you know that name?
Vaguely, yes. Is he the one who gave you the volcano?
Yes.
Is he the one that because I can sense that there's another person here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is he the one that's here watching this?
You notice now there's a movement in her face, and it's a curl of a not small, she's fucking huge, but a smile. Just a smile kind of forms. You are perceptive.
I'm not stupid.
Perhaps you feel him.
Yes.
Tell me then. Are you afraid?
Yeah, you're a very large dragon, and I'm in the middle of a volcano. I almost said hotel. I'm in a volcano with 3 doors locked behind me. Of course I'm afraid. I'm not stupid. I just said that.
There's a pause. You kind of look over and you notice the two lizardkin lords.
The 2 dragons, yes.
Mm-hmm. They definitely have a confused look on their face. And
okay.
And
I'm glad you said that because I was going to insight check them next.
Uh-huh. Go ahead and give me the roll.
Okay.
But you also notice something else. While you're rolling that, you notice that Raltran kind of gives you a gesture like a tell her.
Ooh, insight check is 13.
I'll let you give me 2, 1 for each of them.
Okay. 19.
19. Okay, so you don't you try to read Galtrax, but you haven't interacted with them yet, and you don't without Galrax without having that initial meet and greet. You don't. It's hard to read into, but you had a conversation with Raltran. That joyous, like that same emotion that was plainly on his face in dragon form, that was joyful and surprised and excited.
Mm-hmm.
He has that same look.
Okay.
Galrax looks confused. He has that excitement excited, and he's like, "You should probably tell her."
Okay. We're getting to that. Shh. Don't tell me what to do. Galthrax. No. Raltron.
And you notice that like her eyes do shift kind of between the two lords and you as that interaction happens.
Mm-hmm.
But she gives pause, for, kind of seeing your response.
I have a question, if I may. Your ladyship. How is it that you came to know my name and who I am and of my terrible family, that you think that you have you've called upon me? I just arrived in the city this morning, this week. I have not made a
Did
name
you
for
say
myself.
terrible family?
Yes.
Now the mouth closes and the head lifts up and is now kind of like turned to the side, staring at Raltran. And Raltran has a kind of a goofy ass smile on his face. Raltran, what is this? Is this a trick? And he says, I don't think so.
You know I can hear you, right? Dragons do not whisper well. You are very large.
She turns towards you. I need another wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Oh, man, 11. Can I use my inspiration?
Sure.
D6?
D8 for subscriber inspiration, I believe.
Two. So what did I say that was? 11 plus 2, 13. Still a failure, right?
When you say that, she shifts her quickly. Her neck and head snaps back, aimed directly at you. Still up, still mouth closed. The eyes, as soon as you like realize that she has focused on you, a blast of fear knocks you to a knee, and you don't know if you fell because of the power of some force, or if you fell because your instinct was immediately to prostrate yourself in front of this creature now in front of you, or that's been in front of you. Either way, and there's a bit of threat. There's a bit more seriousness in her tone right now. It's not for me to decide. And at that moment,
I
there
see
is
what's happening here.
a rumbling.
Uh-huh.
And she kind of puts her head back down and says, Olorn will make his judgment. And at that moment, there is a violent shaking and out of the lava, just within proximity, within like 60, 70 feet from you, there's a splash of lava on the circle in front of you as a winged arm pops up onto the ledge. Another wing of fire lava shoots up. Boosh,
I saw where this was going from a
lands
mile
on the
away, and I
ground,
love it.
and there is a flap as lava is shot across this canyon, landing on rock and sizzling any dirt or debris that is on this rock as this large lava owl
Owl? Okay.
is gaining altitude, and I need you to roll initiative.
Initiative?
Didn't expect that, did you?
No! I'm gonna die! Natural 20.
No way.
For 23.
I rolled a 19.
I beat you.
You don't know what my modifier is?
That's true.
No, I will. I'll let you. As this molten creature starts to take flight in a circle around, gaining speed, you get an action. You get a turn. What would you like to do in this moment?
I don't know. He's coming out of a giant lava owl is coming out of. Okay. Man, you're forcing my hand real early on. I'm gonna turn to the dragon, who has already decided that this guy's gonna decide my fate. Say, so you brought me here to fight this thing because of my family that I do not talk to? This seems unfair. And I'm going to... Hold please while I remind myself. I'm going to take a bead off of my necklace.
Whoa.
And... I'm just gonna go for it and cast Planar Ally.
Okay.
Hold please while I figure out what thing I'm summoning. Something... fiery? Ooh, right.
I like where your head's at.
So sorry. I'm allowed to summon... What?
I had your character sheet up.
Can I summon a... What's the highest critical rating I'm allowed to summon? What do I know? What have I met? Can I summon a...
Give me...
I was just gonna go for
Okay. Give me... Oh gosh. Give me...
I know there's...
I mean, it's the check that... How are you going to know anything about this? Give me a history check.
Okay. I was gonna say, if you can't decide, I'm more than happy to just do like a fire elemental just to like call it. Okay, history. 5.
Okay. You grab the bead from your necklace and you throw it to the ground and you imagine fire. You imagine creatures made purely of fire. Making a creature appear. Identity since a celestial, elemental, or fiend loyal to it. Yep. As you cast, as the bead lands on the ground, you see it immediately melt. And out of the lava to your right, so this bird came up from your left, now circling. Out of the right, you see a fist shoot up out of lava and land on the other side. Another fist as a form pulls itself out of the lava. Feet, I mean, you think there are 2 feet, but it seems to just be this column of molten lava that continuously slowly flows as it's up on the platform. Okay. That was your action.
Yeah, my command for it. Does I get to say a command then, or do I have to use my bonus action for a command? I cannot remember anymore.
Yeah, it's a very vague spell, but it's super powerful.
It's no compulsion. I can ask it to perform a service in exchange for payment, but it isn't obliged to do so.
Okay. A few things are going to happen here. I'll let you give the command. What is your command?
I speak primordial, so I can't communicate with it. My command is just going to be, please protect me. Please protect me. I said please.
Give me an Arcana check, please.
Yes. Yes, I can do that. Natural 1.
Sweet. Okay.
I just made my life harder.
As you give this command, that last bit of "please protect me" comes out as a shout, as a spasm of pain, as you feel this like burning, singeing sensation. As you watch as like this form you see flying basically through you. This lava bird flies through you. The wing like disappears and reforms on the other side as lava encompasses your back, and you take, and I know you're going to correct me on this, $24 points of fire damage, reduced to 12 because you are resistant to fire.
Okay.
As it happens, the fire elemental starts moving towards you. And it gets within 5 feet of you and raises its arms into the air. I need you to make...
Did I get to use my movement, though?
You could have... Yeah, you could have moved. What would you want? What would you have done?
Could I just, as he flies through me, just like spin off to the side?
Except that was its turn. That was actually that creature's attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would have just backed up from the lava, just to put a little more distance between me and the edge.
Okay. Okay.
I wouldn't really
It's a
change
big
anything.
platform. It's not a huge platform. It's big enough, so we'll say you moved your movement and you were like now backed up. Do you want to be backed up towards the ramp that led down? Because you were in the middle. Okay, so you backed up. Okay. So that creature on its turn, we'll say it had to continue getting up, and it makes its movement towards you. It raises its hand, but that's all it gets to do on its turn. However, I need you to make a intelligence.
Hold, please. We actually have to rewind. I'm silly. Planner Ally is a 10-minute casting time.
Even on the bead?
I think maybe not with the bead.
No, casting time. Yeah. No, it would still be. It still would be. That's weird.
Silly. That is weird. I assumed with the bead it was like you drop it and it goes.
I'm looking it up real quick because that's kind of cast a spell contains as a bonus action, regardless of the spell's normal casting time, is the advice.
Okay.
Bonus action. But part of that 10 minutes is the bargaining with the summon.
Okay. Well, in that case, I wouldn't have done that. Let's rewind. Everybody, that was such a beautiful preview of what I can do. Surprise, I have the ability to use a 6th level spell right now. Erase that from your memory.
Okay.
I
Back
would...
in.
Okay, I had a free action, right?
It's your turn. You get to act first.
Okay. I would. Oh God. Cast. Do I know what this thing is?
The creature, the bird creature.
It's a fire owl. Yeah. That's it. That's all I know. It's a fire owl. Okay.
You've seen a creature similar before.
Okay. Well, I'm going to. I've seen a creature similar before.
You've summoned a creature similar before.
Okay. Well, I mean, did I summon that? I don't know if that happened. I'm going to go. Oh God! And I'm going to cast Protection from Good and Evil, and do it for elementals.
Okay.
Or fiends. I'm not sure which.
You gotta choose.
You're gonna go with elementals. Feels appropriate. So that's my action.
Okay.
Then...
Creatures disadvantage on attack rolls. Charm, quiet, possessed by them. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna still back away towards the ramp. And for my bonus action, instead of summoning planar ally, I'm just going to... Can I? Hold, please. No, that's it. That's all I'm doing.
Okay. And yeah, that's just a first level spell.
Yes, that's what I'm doing. Sorry.
Okay. So we're still going to say that the bird does attack you. You still do take the 12 points of damage.
Solid.
And I still need you to make a intelligence saving throw.
Okay. 9.
Okay. As the pain from the fire, dulled by your heritage, but still burning to you, like this is like fire still hurts, unfortunately. Your mind goes somewhere real quick. You have a flashback. Young Vesta running from something.
Mm-hmm.
You're experiencing these memories quick, but completely. You're feeling certain emotions that you felt in these instances strongly. It's discomforting. You're very immediately put off and uncomfortable by this kind of flash of memory. Fast forward, it's weird. Your memories are kind of playing in an order. You don't have control of it. It's as if something is driving your thought, trying to look for something. And it's your turn.
Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and what's protection? I forgot to mark it. Mark.
And by the way, I think you would have spell slots and such. You would have had your spell slots back from the chase. Don't worry about that. That's silly.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago.
Yes. Okay. So question though.
Mm-hmm.
If he had disadvantage on the attack roll, with him flying through me and attack, did you?
Good
roll
point. Good point.
disadvantage?
Good point.
Thank you.
Oh my God! I rolled another natural 20.
No!
Yeah, I totally
Rude.
did. I love these dice. That's hot.
Okay, that is concentration. I'm going to... I feel like nothing fiery is going to affect it as well. So instead, I'm going to do something that I feel is very stupid. And I'm going to I'm going to cast Thunder Wave at 2nd level towards it.
Okay.
It's a 15-foot cube. Can I just trap just that creature in the 15-foot cube?
But I think it's still within 5 feet of you, isn't it? Like you...
It's within 50... Yeah, it's within...
Self, but then it has an area of 15.
Me.
Right, so it's in front, 15 feet in front of you in the cube. So
Yeah.
you kind of, I'll say, just for flair, you kind of, this is a little theater of the mind here. You wait till it comes kind of back within your range, and as it seems to be swooping for another attack, you cast Thunder Wave as it gets in proximity to you. So that is a con saving throw, is that right?
Constitution saving throw.
A 15?
That
Meets it, beats it.
That's my DC.
Yep, meets it, beats it. So it would take half damage.
So you'll take half damage, which...
You said higher spell slot at 2nd level?
3d8.
3d8, yep.
$17 halved.
So that'd be 8 points of thunder damage. So as you... do you want to describe how you emanate or cast this spell? Is there a certain way that this thunder wave apparates?
Yeah, so I just wait for the right moment, and then I just clap my hands together, and then instead of just holding it, I hold them together, and then I just kind of push them. And while I'm doing that, I go, "Get out of my brain!" But with an accent. Get out of my kid.
As this just buffeting thunderclap erupts, this creature pulls up, and the waves of energy go through it, and you see bits of molten lava in a single kind of spray go out from behind it. And it kind of flaps its wings for a bit, not to be pushed back. And as soon as the effect goes away, it pumps hard and comes in for another attack against you. That's a 19 plus, it's a 25?
That definitely hits.
That's going to be 7 points of fire damage, reduced to 3.
Okay.
I need another intelligence saving throw, please.
21.
All right. You don't... That flashing of memories stops. And you hear this ridiculously deep, powerful voice in your mind. Cathexis, you deny me?
I am not a member of the family of Cathexis. I have not been for many, many years. But yes, I do. And I'm going to connect. I'm gonna clap my hands together again. But instead of a thunder wave, it's gonna. No. I really. Sorry, I'm so indecisive. It's been a while since I've played a spellcaster. And I don't have very many. Oh, hello, Discord. Yeah. I'm going to clap my hands together, and that's not concentration. I'm going to do burning hands right at the fire elemental bird thing, and just see if it burns more.
Okay. Okay. You summon the inner fire that you are very familiar with, and your hands alight with flame. And as the creature swings around, yeah.
And I'm doing this at 2nd level again. I'm using one more 2nd level spell slot. So I'm just gonna put my hands together and
So as as you put your hands together, the flame dances off your fingertips before a violent cone of flame erupts in front of you, intersecting the path of the flying lava owl, and it passes through without taking any damage.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. Okay. Okay.
Okay. The creature momentarily stops circling around you and kind of flies up, positioning itself for an attack, but hesitates as I need another intelligence saving throw.
11.
We're not rolling well tonight.
The memory flashing thing starts again.
Uh-huh.
Except this time it's going the other direction. Younger,
Okay.
younger, younger. And then, for a second, you go beyond vision. You go beyond your own vision, your own recollection. You transcend your perception, and for a brief moment, you get a picture of your mother. It's impossible for you to be here, to have this viewpoint, to have this be a memory. You would have been way too young. But there she is. And you just know it. And then there's a quick spin, like there's memories and visions flying by you. You're not able to really recognize anything because none of it looks familiar to you. And you hear a voice say, "Yes, embrace it."
I'm gonna go ahead and Thunderwave him again at 3rd level. I don't want to embrace it. I said, get out of my head.
Okay. I'll do my saving throw.
Yes, please.
14.
Yes. Okay, that's 48. D8. And he is pushed back 10 feet from me. I don't know if proximity makes difference for him going through my brain, but... That is 18 points of thunder damage.
18 points of thunder damage. Again, this bird flying into space, you clap your hands, and a shriek, this like grumbly low but still avian shriek lets out as more lava is blasted against the back wall of this chamber as the thunder wave comes out. And it's still there. Smaller, a little smaller than it was before.
For my bonus action, can I pull my scimitar out?
Sure.
Great.
All right. The bird dives. Disadvantage. Geez, I'm rolling really good on this die 20. Disadvantage. Oh, there it is. There's a 3. So that would be 9.
Yes.
Okay. The bird, you manage now fully engaged. Realizing that you are going to combat this bird, it comes in for a dive. It kind of like pulls in its wing and spins, but you manage to dodge out of the way as it goes by, not really catching any of the damage.
As it's swooping by, is it leaving my melee range? So would I technically get a attack of
you would.
opportunity?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a natural 1.
Is your weapon magical?
No, this is a starter pack scimitar. This is a baby blade.
You swipe at the creature, and as no, it doesn't melt. But as you pull through, you realize that even the proximity you got, you miss the creature. But even being that close to it, the leading edge of your blade is glowing a dull red. It might not make it long, but
Okay.
it's yeah. All right. I need. No, I'm not gonna make you save right now. The voice says, "You are of my blood. Why? Why do you deny me?"
Perhaps if you just slowed down and tried to talk instead of running your fire through me, it would be beneficial. Do you want to talk?
Give me a persuasion check.
Natural 20.
Jeez. Okay. Okay.
Can't even make that up. It was on my very, very pretty dice. That'd be a total of 22.
Okay. Okay. I need a charisma saving throw.
Dirty 20.
Unfortunately, the source, you realize kind of as this fear effect and paralyzing awe takes hold, Nisara has decided to interject and has kind of stood up a little bit, and in this like wave of presence now has you kind of locked up, and her voice rings across the chamber. Enough! And you hear the voice talk, but you can tell it's not talking to you. And the voice says, "I must know." And then she says, "Vesta, you harness fire with skill that I'm sure you've felt your whole life. Where do you think you got it from?" And in this moment, the creature's not attacking. We're a little bit out of initiative. These can be longer. There's a little bit of a longer dialogue at this point.
I don't know. I was raised to believe that I was just born this way.
Oh. Is that not proof? She tells the truth. And the voice says, you hear like a low grumble. And like the fire owl creature is kind of hovering in place. She says, "Vesta, your family, your heritage goes back centuries and centuries.
Yes, it does.
You originate from the blood of primordials. You are..." One sec. You are Olorn.
No, I'm pretty sure my mother was human. I didn't actually decide in backstory. Colin, what did I say?
I thought she was Genasi.
She was pretty sure I'm... Did I say she was Genasi?
I think so.
Surprise, I don't remember. Hold, please. I look. I don't think I ever actually said. I think I let you decide.
Ba-da-ba-da. Yeah, no, she's Genasi. She is, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Your people, your family, and the family before them, and the family before them, you have primordial blood. That is your heritage.
Mm. How do you think Fire Genasi work? Because yes, obviously.
Let's... Okay, I think I can clear the air here a little bit. Alorn was searching for retribution because the Cathexis family have abandoned him.
Huh. Well, Lord, I abandoned them, so we are peas in a pod. Peas? Peas.
Again, you just get this kind of raw emotional response of the low grumble that fills the chamber. So you don't know any of this history?
I know that my mother was a part of the family. I know that I was sent away. And that they seem like they're kind of assholes.
Well, and again, she's talking not directly at you. I think that settles it. And you feel the voice in your head say, "Don't deny me. I give you power."
Oh Lord, Mr. Birdman. I do not want to deny you. However, I do not enjoy you going through my memories. It doesn't even seem like it's entirely my memories. It might be something that's belonging to my family line. I don't enjoy it.
I had to know.
Are you asking for partnership? Is that what you're asking for?
Nisara cuts in and says, "Oh, that's the funny thing about this. Your power comes from him in the sense that his blood runs through you. Obedience is more voluntary."
Everything's relative.
Perhaps
You give me power, I can go back to family and get revenge.
You already have it. Show me. And the bird kind of elevates a little bit, gets a little bit more movement to it.
I mean, my burning hands is about as high as it goes, and that did not do nothing.
Give me a intelligence check.
Yes, I can do that. Ugh, I cannot do that. An intelligence check. That is... Intelligence. Not very smart. I am 10. 10.
You notice that inherently in this moment, your hand is kind of doing this motion that matches the beating of the fire owl's wings. And
Okay. Can I then reach out and try and in the fire of the bird? And then, I don't know, set it upon someone? I don't want to set anyone on fire. Can I suck it in and then blow it up like giant fire breather in circus?
give me a Arcana check.
Because I rolled so well on that last time. Oh. 21.
Okay. With this in mind, knowing more what you want to do and not how you would do it, you reach out and kind of slow motion, you feel the burn. You know that touching this bird, just straight up touching it, will probably hurt. Even with your fire resistance, will probably hurt. Instinctually, though, you find yourself speaking primordial. Your voice, casting a spell. Simple spell. Control flame. And as the spell resolves, you find yourself... It looks like a conducting of music. But as your hands dance, as your fingers kind of flick up in different moments, on this fire owl, different flames flick up at the same time as your fingers. And you find yourself that you are able to go side to side with this bird as it flaps. You're able to raise it. And you hear the voice. Good. And you feel a surge of power. And you can feel the power, and the spell is like amplifying, and you find yourself crunching, and the owl gets smaller and smaller and smaller until the molten kind of drips away, revealing an actual owl form with flips of fire that kind of spin out as it flaps, and it finally just lands in the middle of the ring of the circle.
Nice front, and I pat it on the head.
Well, that is not how I expected that to go.
Me either. I expected to come here for a job, and you fed me to a fire primordial. Feels particularly deceptive for me, even for dragons.
To be fair, when a primordial offers you a chance to give them a gift, you tend to take it. You would have merely been a token, a symbol of some form of retribution in his mind. But alas, you are here.
What are we going to tell this annoying Lord Tavish?
Oh,
I have to return to him. He does not need to know this.
Oh. I see an opportunity here. Do you wish to return?
If I say no, am I out of the campaign?
It makes it a little difficult, for sure.
No, there are things happening in that city I do not like. There is sickness. I don't think it's caused by what he says it's caused by.
Vesta. Can I trust you? Now, we're practically family.
You can trust me as much as I can trust you.
Well, I guess we'll leave that on. We'll work on that.
I guess so.
The opportunity here would be of great help. As... Did you happen to meet Shundias, the previous holder of this post?
In passing.
She is a great warrior and an amazing leader. She was able to organize all you saw here entering our domain. That used to be Havish. He used to come and visit. We would talk on plans, on aspirations, on adventures of the past. I considered him a decent enough companion. But he hasn't been around in a while. And I'm sure you know we have means of tracking and seeing people out of our purview. I find him shrouded. I cannot read him from my perch here. And that worries me.
Because his power is a little too strong for your liking.
She laughs, and like you actually see the ripple of her massive body behind of like really what you can see. A genuine hearty laugh followed with a cough, just a he is skilled with the blade, but I would hardly consider him a challenge.
Oh, he's not the powerful one. He has decided to surround himself with people who have power.
As a good leader would.
Good leader is debatable.
I don't know how much time I have, but I wish for this empire to remain once I am gone. That involves, to my unfortunate understanding, whatever it is he is doing over there.
I forgot that I was wearing the ring of mind shielding.
What does that do?
Protects me from creatures who try to read my thoughts, determine if I'm lying, know my alignment, or my creature type. Whatever.
It's a primordial.
I got the ring on the way home.
It's a primordial. We'll say, magic.
Yeah.
Magic happened, and that's how that went.
Viewers, nobody let me forget that in the future. Put it in the chat, please. Okay. You could tell it's been a while since I've played.
It's been a while.
Been a while. Okay.
How would you feel reporting to me?
It depends. What is your price? Information does not come free. He's already paying me 5 gold a day to report to him about the things going on in his city.
She reaches back her neck and points straight up. And you see a burst of flame erupt from her mouth and travel up this corridor. And as it does, you notice that starting at the top of this chamber and going up, this tunnel leading up and out is lined with gold. Gold has been melted into the lining of this cavern. There are mixtures of gems and diamonds spread. You can see parts of like crowns and scepters sticking out of this like rolling, complete coverage, gold and silver covering that seems to extend up as far as the breath illuminated.
That is what I am talking about.
I don't live for as long as I have without being able to reward those that serve me.
How do I get message to you from city?
Raltran approaches from the back and hands you an obsidian amulet similar to what you've seen on Lord Havish.
Mm-hmm.
But this one's on like a rope, like on a necklace. And he says, "Now I wouldn't let him see this on you."
Okay.
That might get him asking questions that we're not quite ready to be answering.
It's family heirloom. I don't know where I got it. It was given to me.
She speaks up and says, "Oh, he will know exactly what that is should he see it."
Oh, well. That's his problem.
Find out.
Problem.
Find out what's going on over there. Find out why he is hiding himself from me. I do not like not knowing his thoughts.
Okay. I can do that.
Now, who should we replace you with over here?
You know, he has a very stupid son.
Oh, yes, Shundai talked much about this. Raishan?
Yes, Raishan. Very stupid. Very, very stupid. Not much competition. Not a whole lot going in head, but can be manipulated. Lots of anger issues because father is not very nice.
Okay. Vesta. Return to Gorspire Keep. Learn as much as you can and report back to me. If Lord Havish keeps going down whatever path I can't see, I may have to find new arrangements, new deals. But that's not a threat I wish him to know right now.
Okay. Can I ask you a question without the risk of being burnt to a crisp?
It's worth a try.
Is it normal for old dragons to melt into lava?
No. As we were gifted, this is my gift.
I see. Circle of life and all that. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. I can do this for you. What do I do with little owl friend?
I would take him with you.
Okay. I can do that.
But as you ask the question in turn, the owl's not there anymore.
Oh shit. Okay. Okay, or I not take it with me. Whatever. It's worth it either way. It works either way. I feel like I have so many more questions that I can't think of at the moment. No, I feel like that's it.
All right. With that, just for kicks, you're not going tonight. You'll go in the morning. You'll go sometime the next day.
Does big Nisara know why Orlorn was denied from the family, pushed out from the family? Or why the family didn't want anything to do with him?
He hasn't mentioned it to me. Only that he's aware of his influences. He's aware of his domain and his influence. He doesn't feel it anymore.
I see. Okay.
All right. So we're going to end it here for tonight.
Yes.
We'll probably go through a little bit of what you do before you leave, but really I'm just making the timing nice and convenient for me for you to join back up with the group. Perfect. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for joining. If you haven't yet and would still like to, you can do !critical to join our last giveaway, which I will do in just a couple of seconds. Hey, how come that didn't work? What is going on? Are we, like, lagged out? Come on, Nightbot. Oh, because I did giveaway. Giveaway. Yes, so thanks for joining us tonight. We will be back with the full cast and crew next week, Wednesday night. Vesta, you might not be back in the action immediately, but now we will get you integrated back in. I hope this was enough lore and information and fun little bit of role-playing tonight for everyone to enjoy. We are, of course, going to find a raid for us to go on to, so your D&D activity and action for the night is not over. If you follow us into a raid, we'll be sure to send you somewhere nice. Ashley, welcome back. Glad to have you.
Thank you. I'm very excited to be back. This was fun.
And, you know, it'll be interesting to see what information gets to you. If you don't, you know, if you don't want to watch the episodes and just see what gets like relayed to you.
I intentionally didn't watch the episodes so that my character doesn't know anything, and so I can't like meta it and be like, "Hey, so I heard you that you were paying. Like, why'd you go do this?"
So,
no,
I think that's good, and that's what's gonna be fun, right? It's gonna be fun to see what they all remember to tell you.
Well, Vesta's not nice. I don't expect people to just want to tell her things.
That's true. Who knows if this will make her head bigger or smaller? Who knows? All right, guys, I'm gonna do the giveaway. Was there someone? Hey, some new people. There we go. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, roll it. G-dubs. Yeah, he needs dice. Everyone needs dice. G-dubs needs dice. You need dice, G-dubs. There you go. You got it. All right. Friday afternoon, Duke City Chronicles, Fabled 42. Monday and Wednesday of next week, we have more shows of Heroes of Salon and Crypt Creatures. Y'all, have a good evening. Have a good long holiday weekend for those of you in the States. Yeah, I'm excited. My work actually gives me Friday off as well, so I have a 4-day weekend. Yeah, I'm actually very, very excited about that.
I'm taking 300 middle schoolers to the beach on Friday.
Oh my God, that sounds exactly the opposite of what I'm going to be doing. I mean, as far away from it as I can get.
It sounds like a circle of hell is what it sounds like, but it is fun, so. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, guys, we are going away. We will get you a raid. Y'all have a good night. Take care. Bye-bye.
Good night.